What's up, YouTube? So I want to talk about blackfishing. And of course, as we probably know, blackfishing as well as mixed fishing, I guess we could say like black/mixed fishing, um, it usually applies to the women, right? At least that's how it's been presented to me, and that's how it's been presented within black social media as white and non-black women disguising themselves. I don't know if that's the best word to say it, but portraying themselves as being black or mixed. Yeah, mixed with like black and white. All right. A mixture that involves blackness. Probably black and white, but it could be black and another mixture. Whatever. Um, but yeah, we've seen that play out in social media, and we've also have seen discussions, debates, conversations um, that surround that topic as well. Um, but for this video, I want to talk more so about um, something else that kind of goes over people's heads. I don't know if this could be considered blackfishing, perhaps, maybe blackfishing adjacent, if you will. But yeah, but kind of want to talk about when white men and non-black men blackfish. All right, so the men this time around. And primarily, I see this happening when it comes to white men and non-black men wanting to commit crimes, right? So what they'll do is they'll buy these extremely realistic looking like black male mask. Like it'd be like a mask made of like silicone, so it looks very realistic, and they apply it to their face and it turns into a mask. Well, pretty much them putting a mask on their face that disguises them as a black man. And even sometimes it comes with like textured hair too, right? So, they're really committing to this, right? And these masks, they're a little pricey. But if what you're trying to do is disguise yourself as a black man for whatever reason, then it probably is worth the money. I've seen this. I've seen them on sale for like maybe like $500. But again, they're really realistic. They look really realistic. So that's perhaps what you're paying for. But these non-black men disguise themselves as black men in order to commit crimes, right? Why do you think they would do something like that? Why do you think they would disguise themselves as black men to commit crimes? They could disguise themselves as something else. Another group of men, like say, well, if they're non-white but non-black, they could disguise themselves as white men committing crimes. They can also disguise themselves as, say, Hispanic men. How about Asian men? You know, um, but I don't really tend to see that playing out. I tend to see it playing out where non-black men, white men, and other non-black men are disguising themselves as black men to commit crimes. And if we want to be even more specific, they're disguising themselves as non-racially ambiguous black men. So when you look at them, you're not wondering, wonder what race he is. Although that could be a thing, that kind of could be an option, just to disguise yourself as just some like super racially ambiguous person, so they can't even like, you know, describe your race and your phenotype, well, they probably could describe your phenotype, but they couldn't describe your race or assign you a race or an ethnicity because you're so ambiguous looking. But it seems like they're foregoing that for some reason and just saying, hey, let's just disguise ourselves as black men and commit these crimes. You know, non-racially ambiguous black men. So like brown skin. And that's usually what um, the mask, the silicone mask, like the skin tone and the coloration of the mask, usually like a brown skin tone, right? So they're not going for the, you know, the deep dark melanated brother look, you know. Um, but it's probably adjacent enough to it, you know. But yeah, I just found that to be something interesting, you know. And I've heard about this years ago. This isn't something that's new. Um, this is the first time I made a video about it. And, you know, I'm just thinking, well, you know, would this qualify as blackfishing in a way? But I guess maybe blackfishing may involve people dressing up and, you know, portraying themselves as black in order to garner, you know, positive attention, maybe. But this deserves a name if it doesn't qualify as blackfishing. I think this still deserves some sort of a name, though, right? Yeah. But again, it is sort of funny that they're choosing to disguise themselves and portray themselves as black men when they're committing these crimes, you know. Um, it's almost as if they're, well, I'm pretty sure they are, sort of just taking advantage of, you know, the stereotype that black people, especially black men, are strongly associated with criminality and, you know, are criminals or whatnot, right? Then it's like, okay, should there be some sort of an extra penalty for doing something like that? I haven't seen that being thrown around yet. Like, you know, having an extra penalty for disguising yourself as somebody to commit a crime. Because in a way, that's sort of like framing somebody. I mean, you're framing not someone specifically, but you are framing a group of people that have historically been oppressed and marginalized and villainized as well and dehumanized, right? And shouldn't there be some sort of a penalty for helping perpetuate that? I'm pretty sure there probably isn't going to be, but there should be, right? Um, and you know, this is a topic that I think we tend to kind of skip over within the community. You know, perhaps because it's just not out there like that, you know, in our faces like that. Perhaps we just have more important matters to attend to for whatever reason. But I just wanted to put this out here and get you guys' opinions. Like, what do you guys think about this? You know, let me know in the comments section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.